My name is Shota Hirooka. I work as a product manager at a major technology company. Though my days are busy with work, I think I've achieved some success. But I have one worry. At 27, I still haven't found a girlfriend. Then one day, a colleague invited me to a group date.
Come on, let's have some fun today. You want to work hard like you needs to take a break sometime.
He said, pulling me along. The venue was a stylish restaurant, where 3 beautiful women were waiting. Wow, this is amazing, I thought, feeling the daily fatigue melt away.
Nice to meet you. I'm Reika.
I'm Shota, nice to meet you. That was how we met.
Shota, let's exchange line contacts.
She was proactive and contacted me almost daily. Though I was inexperienced in romance, I found myself gradually attracted to Reika's forward approach. I can't reply to everything. We started meeting more frequently. We couldn't meet on weekends. Reika would suggest dates. On our way home from one such date, Reika looked into my face from close up. She was truly beautiful up close.
Hey, Shota, I wonder what will become of us.
Reika, I'm thinking about our future together.
I'm glad.
Reika smiled happily. That smile became the most precious thing to me. Finally, our 1-year anniversary arrived. Would Reika be happy? 1 year after we started dating, after enjoying dinner at a restaurant, I took out a ring box from my pocket. Reika, I want you to accept this. I want to keep sharing smiles with you.
I'm so happy, Shota. Of course, I'd love to.
And so we became engaged. However, gradually, Reika's self-centered side began to show.
Hey, Shota, I want to go to my friend's party this Saturday. You'll come with me, right?
Sorry, Reika, I have work that day.
But it's Saturday. Even if you're busy, you can take weekends off, right? Ask someone else to cover. More importantly, I want to introduce you as my fiancée.
Reika didn't consider my circumstances. Each time this happened, I felt a small sense of discomfort. But when I saw her smile, I ignored that feeling. One weekend night, I took Reika to the upscale restaurant. I had finished my busy work and made special reservations for this day. I can't mess up. Reika, is this your first time here? I heard it has good reviews.
Why did you choose this restaurant? I don't really like the food here.
Oh, I didn't know that. Should we choose your favorite restaurant next time? Well, Reika's complaints continued.
My friend came here and said the reviews weren't that good. You should have done better research and chose a more stylish place.
I won't mess up next time. Next time at a cafe Reika liked for a date, it was a fairly famous spot.
Wow, my friend said it's really hard to get reservations here. I'll upload it to Instagram and Facebook.
She's absorbed in social media, and I wasn't even included in the photos. My phone vibrated. When I answered, I heard an urgent voice. There was apparently trouble at work. Reika, I'm really sorry, but there's trouble at work. Can we postpone today's date? Reika glared at me unhappily.
What? Work again? I'm sick of this. Why do you always prioritize work?
I'm really sorry, but this is an emergency.
Fine, if Shota prioritizes work, I'll prioritize myself too. Goodbye.
Reika stormed off angrily. Looking back now, I suppose this is when cracks started appearing in our relationship. Despite this, we were still dating with marriage in mind. So finally, it was time to meet my family.
Oh my, welcome. We've been waiting.
My parents greeted us at the entrance.
I'm so happy to meet you.
As she sat down in the living room, Reika's expression suddenly changed.
What? A wheelchair?
The atmosphere in the living room instantly became tense. My younger brother Naoki had been in an accident and now used a wheelchair.
Yes, Naoki has been using a wheelchair since his accident a little while ago.
Shota, you didn't tell her?
I mentioned the accident, but... Naoki gave an awkward smile and bowed his head, saying nice to meet you, but the uncomfortable atmosphere wouldn't lift. As we sat down, the conversation moved to family matters and work. But Reika couldn't hide her displeasure. She kept glancing at Naoki and sighing softly.
Naoki, is there any chance of recovery?
Naoki hesitated for a moment but answered calmly.
I'm working hard at rehabilitation, getting better little by little. Thank you for your concern.
I see. What about the future?
The recovery is progressing, and the whole family's supporting him, so it'll be fine. Reika nodded silently, but her expression showed she wasn't convinced. After the first meeting ended, I drove Reika home. In the passenger seat, Reika sighed for what must have been the 100th time that day.
Shota, we need to talk. To be honest, I'm worried about the future with Naoki's situation and everything. I want to call off the marriage plans.
But, Reika, you don't need to worry about Naoki. Can you think things over?
I'm sorry. I don't think I can do this.
I was too shocked to speak. Nothing I said would change Reika's mind as she announced the end of our relationship. I soon told my family about the end of my relationship with Reika, keeping quiet about Naoki's involvement.
This is terrible. She must have noticed me staring at her beautiful legs.
Hey dear, come over here.
I'm sorry, big brother. It's because of me.
Why are you apologizing? It's because I was too focused on work and couldn't take care of Reika properly. I put my hands on my hips proudly. Well, I'm popular, so I can easily find another girlfriend. In fact, I had plenty to choose from.
It's definitely not true.
Don't give me a level-headed retort. It would be a while before I could laugh about today's events, but I didn't want Naoki to carry any guilt. One morning, when I happened to have some time, I decided to take Naoki to his rehabilitation facility. Though I was still busy as ever since my relationship with Reika ended, I was living a life with more flexibility in my schedule.
Ah, Naoki!
Taichi, we meet again today! Apparently, this elderly man was one of Naoki's rehabilitation friends. And then I noticed a young woman standing next to Taichi.
Hello, Naoki. And you are... Nice to meet you. My name is Aya. My grandfather's always in Naoki's care.
I found myself captivated by Aya's modest demeanor and gentle smile. Oh no, I was starting again. Though she is cute, can't believe she's related to this old man. Nice to meet you. I'm Shota, Naoki's brother. Likewise, thank you for always taking care of my brother. While Naoki and Taichi had their hour-long rehabilitation, Aya and I passed the time at a cafe. During that time, Naoki and Taichi...
Just cycling is boring. How long do I have to keep doing this?
Hearing Taichi's words, Naoki took out a smartphone and showed him a video of a beautiful woman in a leotard doing aerobics.
Hey, Taichi, look at this! You get a beautiful instructor right by your side.
Taichi leaned in eagerly to look at the smartphone screen. In the video, the woman was energetically doing aerobics, calling out, "Come on, let's do our best."
Wow!
Taichi's breathing was getting heavy and Naoki was a little bit put off. The occupational therapist in charge of rehabilitation rushed over.
Please slow down. Your heart rate is going up.
Oh, the rehabilitation instructors here are men, after all.
And that's how Taichi's rehabilitation motivation skyrocketed, thanks to the beautiful instructor on the screen. A few days later, when I returned from work, Naoki approached me.
Hey, big brother, I have something to ask you.
What is it?
After rehabilitation today, Aya consulted with me.
I have something to ask you. My grandfather suddenly wants a smartphone like the one Naoki showed him, so he can focus on rehab. He used to say a simple phone was enough, but...
I see, you taught him something inappropriate.
But I don't know which one to choose.
I see where this is going. My brother's knowledgeable about these things, so you should consult with him. I'll tell him.
Really? Thank you.
So I want your help choosing a smartphone. It's just a video anyone can watch. Besides, isn't it good? I can give Aya your contact information.
I ended up going smartphone shopping with Aya. Despite my busy schedule, we managed to meet on Sunday and headed to the smartphone shop together.
I'm really sorry for troubling you. There are so many phones, and I don't know which one would be good. I'm not very tech-savvy myself.
Don't worry about it. I enjoy looking at new gadgets too, so let's have fun choosing one. We walked around the store examining various smartphone models. Looking for one that would be easy for Taichi to use, we considered features and usability. How about this model? The screen is large, so the text is easy to read, and the operation is simple.
Oh, that does look good. Grandfather should be able to use it easily.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem to use during rehabilitation either. The aerobics videos will look great too.
Huh? Arrow?
Oh no! Aerosmith! Apparently Naoki's a big fan and recommended it to Taichi.
I never would have imagined grandfather being interested in music like that. Having younger friends really does broaden one's interest.
After purchasing the smartphone,
Shota, would you like something to eat?
oh no, you don't have to. At that moment, Aya's stomach growled.
See, I'm hungry. Won't you join me?
Aya rubbed her stomach to emphasize her hunger. I couldn't help but laugh. Well then, shall we go get something delicious to eat? Went to a nearby cafe and had a light lunch while talking about various things. Aya told me about her grandfather and her work.
I'm a kindergarten teacher. It's really fun being with the children.
I see. I bet the kids love their Aya-sensei.
I hope so. What kind of work do you do, Shota?
I'm a project manager at a technology company. My job is basically developing new gadgets and products.
That sounds complicated and I don't really understand it. But creating new things seems like wonderful work.
Thank you, but you're doing amazing work too, nurturing people. My heart warmed as I experienced Aya's kindness and thoughtfulness.
Taichi, thank you so much for today. Grandfather will be so happy.
It was my pleasure too. It was a fun time. Please, feel free to consult me again if you need anything. Just as we were leaving the cafe, we noticed a familiar figure approaching. That flashy outfit, I recognized her immediately.
My, if it isn't Aya.
Reika, it's been a while.
It was Reika, with cold eyes and a thin smile on her lips. Do you know her?
Yeah, she used to live in my neighborhood, though we've grown quite distant now.
Since when can you afford to come to places like this? Aya, weren't you always poor? Are you getting that man to support you?
At that moment, I felt anger rising at Reika's words. Hey, don't be rude!
Huh? Shota, why are you here?
Aya's a kind person. Unlike you, she's considerate and thoughtful of others. Reika laughed through her nose and continued with her cold words.
How ironic, but Aya, you should be careful. Sure, he might make good money, but you'll end up being burdened with baggage, that's for sure.
Anger burned inside me, but I responded calmly. Reika, I don't know who you're talking about, but please don't call my family baggage.
But that's the reality, isn't it? In the end, you'll sweet talk about being lovers or wife, but you'll just end up being burdened.
Enough! It seems we can't have a proper conversation.
Well, good luck with everything.
Reika laughed through her nose again and turned away. I'm sorry you two experienced that unpleasantness.
It's okay. Reika has always been like that.
As I learned, Aya and Reika had been childhood friends when they lived in the same neighborhood. It's hard to believe that these two complete opposites were once close friends. But perhaps Reika wasn't always such a haughty person when she was young. One day at the rehabilitation, Naoki and I were stopped by Taichi.
Naoki, Shota, how about going on a hot spring trip next weekend? It's a place I recommend where the whole family can relax together. Consider it a thank you for the smartphone, too. Let's all go.
Naoki, who really got to go out, was delighted at Taichi's suggestion.
I'll go. Big brother will come too, right?
Well, I can't let you go alone.
And I can't go alone either, so I'll bring Aya along.
What? Looking at Taichi and Naoki's grinning faces, I realized I'd been set up. When we arrived at the hot spring inn, Naoki, Taichi, Aya, and me. The beautiful inn nestled in the mountains surrounded by the greenery felt like another world. The steam from the hot springs wafted through the air, giving us a sense of lightness. After checking in and taking a breather in the spacious lobby, we heard an unexpected voice.
My, Shota, what are you doing here?
Turning around, there stood Reika.
I'm here on a company trip. How amazing that you can come to a place like this. Shota, you must be here to take commemorative photos or something.
No, I'm here for a hot spring trip. However, Reika looked around and noticing Naoki wasn't in his wheelchair, spoke venomously.
Abandoning your wheelchair-bound brother? And you talked about family.
Her words froze the air. At that moment, Naoki returned from the bathroom, walking with light steps towards us. Thanks to continued rehabilitation, he can now move without a wheelchair. Though his gait was still a bit unsteady, the brace was hidden under his pants, making him appear to walk normally.
I'm walking just fine?
What?
Reika couldn't hide her surprise, opening and closing her mouth in shock. I told you, didn't I? Naoki was working hard at rehabilitation. At my words, Reika stood speechless for a while.
May I say something too?
Taichi's sudden words startled me, but he couldn't overlook Reika's attitude towards his granddaughter. I nodded and stepped back.
Reika! No, Arano! I'm deeply disappointed in your behavior.
What? Aya's grandfather?
Reika's puzzled as well.
It seems you don't recognize my face, though it should be in this company newsletter every month.
What?
Orano, I'm the chairman of your company.
At Taichi's words, Reika's face instantly changed color. I too was whispering, seriously? In surprise.
Behavior that insults my granddaughter and dear friends is unacceptable. Someone who can't empathize with others is not fit to be a global professional in our company. I'm afraid we can no longer keep someone like you in our company.
What? Wait, please! I was childhood friends with Aya and I got along well with grandfather and everyone. Besides, I'm working so hard at my current job.
However, those words rang hollow.
Amazing, Taichi! That gave me chills. I admire you.
Be quiet for a moment.
Poor person living with grandparents because your parents abandoned you. Remember that, Aya? You used to laugh it off as a joke, but I counted exactly how many times you said that joke during our 6 years of elementary school. It was 943 times. I kept track of the dates, too.
You were counting? How scary!
Well, enjoy your last company trip.
Reika covered her face with trembling hands and left. Thank you, Taichi.
That was so cool. Well, family's something to be treasured, especially by my future son-in-law.
I turned bright red and couldn't say a word. After that, we thoroughly enjoyed our hot spring trip. Naoki was also happy to travel freely after so long, and the whole family spent a wonderful time together.
Hey, Shona! The amount of work piled up while you were gone.
What? After the trip, I was immediately pulled back to reality. My work only got busier, leaving no time to savor the lingering feelings of our dreamlike trip. Wow, it's already past 10 p.m. As I left the office building, I noticed a figure standing in the darkness. Eek! I instinctively held my computer bag vertically and closed my eyes.
Shota, it's me, Reika.
The figure calling my name was Reika. It seemed she had been waiting to ambush me.
Shota, please! I got fired and can't pay my apartment rent. I'm being evicted. I have nowhere to go. Please give me another chance. I'm really sorry about before. I'll probably understand about Naoki too.
Her voice was tearful, but I knew this cat-like coaxing voice. So you want to get back together because you have no money? You want me to support you?
I'm not saying that exactly, but I would like some help for a while.
Do you think getting married to Reika would create a warm home?
Yes, I'll devote myself to you completely, Shota.
I refuse.
What?
Do you know who you're talking to?
No, please think it over.
I let out a deep sigh and looked back at her. Goodbye, Reika.
Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are?
She raised her voice and started hurling abuse at me, but I didn't look back. One day, during a date, a woman barged into the cafe. It was Reika, looking quite disheveled. Not to be rude, but she had an unpleasant odor. Some nearby customers were talking or leaving their seats.
Aya! My life is in shambles because of you, you jerk!
Here we go again.
I'm the one who should be next to Shota. We were even engaged. I even know how many moles he has.
Well, that's a lie.
Reika, again? This can't be helped.
Aya took out a pitch black notebook from her bag. On the cover was written Reika 56, volume 17 in white letters. Aya flipped through it and started writing with her pen.
What is that? It's scary.
It's a notebook where I write down Reika's words. I'll give it to you as a wedding gift when you get married.
I don't want something like that.
Reika, let's end this. Stop clinging to the past. Let's think about moving forward.
How can you say that when you're writing things like that?
Though I hate to admit it, I agree with Reika.
Also, I have something important to tell Shota.
Aya gently rubbed her stomach. That action surprised Reika, who lost her words for a moment. Honestly, my mind went blank too.
What do you mean?
You don't get it? My stomach.
I don't want to hear about it, you idiot.
Reika left without listening to the rest of Aya's words. Aya? What was that important thing? I asked again, confused and surprised. I swear I hadn't laid a finger on Aya.
Actually, my stomach is really hungry. So, can I order the deluxe bucket pudding parfait?
Looks like she was rubbing her stomach because she was hungry. I responded with a mixture of relief and laughter to Aya's playful smile. By the way, Aya finished an entire parfait by herself. I wonder where in her body all that food went. After the incident with Reika, I had developed negative feelings about marriage. Though my relationship with Aya was going well, somewhere in my heart, anxiety still lingered. One evening, Aya and I were walking in a nearby park.
Hey, Shota, I want to stay with you forever.
My heart tightened at those words. I feel the same way, but I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm worried about the Reika thing happening again. I'm concerned about Naoki too, and I want to protect my family. I'm afraid I won't always be able to prioritize you. The words of anxiety and fear spilled from my mouth. Memories of the past of Reika flashed through my mind, making my heart heavy.
Shota's really kind, but I don't think protecting family and loving someone are contradictory. Rather, what you can protect alone, we can protect together. I want to think about all your worries together.
Her words were warm and gentle. I felt the anxiety in my heart slowly melting away.
Let's start as lovers first. If it doesn't work out, that's okay too. What's important is supporting each other.
Aya held my hand and smiled gently. That smile had the power to blow away any anxiety.
Shota, I really cherish you. I love you.
Thank you. Right now, I just want to say that I love you too. Aya, will you be my girlfriend? And someday, I'd like to think about marriage together too.
Of course. Let's work hard together from now on.
I awkwardly embraced Aya. When Taichi's rehabilitation successfully concluded, we were invited on another trip.
This is a beautiful place, isn't it? I come here every year around this time. This is where my grandparents had their first date.
This time we came to a botanical garden for a day trip. We stood quietly for a while, captivated by the beauty of the botanical garden. However, a big decision was hidden in my heart. Aya, I have something important to talk about.
What is it? Are you hungry?
Don't make me into a hungry character too! Aya, since meeting you, my life has truly changed. Just as you saved me, I want to be your strength too. Will you marry me?
Of course! I want to laugh together, cry together, and create happiness together.
Taichi, did you get that?
Of course! We'll use it in the wedding video!
Taichi, you really mastered using smartphones.
Time passed and we arrived at our wedding day. As a surprise, the video shown was none other than my proposal scene. Hey, Naoki!
No, that was Taichi.
Grandfather, send me that video too.
Of course! I have plenty of uncensored versions too! Please stop saying things that could be misunderstood. Surrounded by laughter and blessings from everyone, our future began. Happy days filled with smiles would surely continue.
Taichi, what are you gonna record next?
Let's see. I sensed the life of constantly checking over my shoulder was about to begin.
Wasn't that lovely? I can subscribe for more videos. See you again!